welcome Jennifer to the show. Thank you so
Natalie,
much.
it's such a pleasure to be here today. Thank you so much for having me on.
You're so welcome, and thank you for sharing your birthday with us. It is your birthday.
It is my birthday.
Happy birthday. Jennifer, I have to say, one of the reasons why I looked at your website the first second, and I knew you were a perfect guest for the show because you are all about inclusivity in beauty and self-love and self-acceptance. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But you have in your resume and in your whole biography, you have 20 years experience in the beauty industry. You've seen how it goes. It's a business. And so I would love for you to kind of give the listeners a Reader's Digest version of your story, how you spent your career in an industry that can be so superficial and came at the end of it realizing, wait a second, I can do something bigger and better than myself.
Natalie, what a wonderful introduction, and thank you. I am so honored, and I would be more than happy to share with your listeners my experience and how it really culminated into where I am today. My first experience was working for L'Oreal in cosmetics. I actually started working on nail enamel, and then I worked on lip color, and then I worked on shadows and liners, and then went into hair color, where I helped with the launch of Feria hair color, which is still around today. Crazy, since it's actually a 20-year-old brand. But the interesting thing is that I was attracted to the beauty industry for a number of reasons. Number one, I was kind of a self-professed artist at the time, and so I just enjoyed the idea of creativity, and I enjoyed playing with color on canvas or on paper, and then it gravitated towards wardrobe, and then it gravitated towards makeup and cosmetics. And so there was just an inherent love for the artistry behind what makeup really could do for a person. But then, to be honest with you, I got caught up in the glamour of the whole thing. And to your point earlier about, yes, beauty can certainly be superficial. I think at the time that I had started and kind of developed in my career, working in marketing and kind of escalating up through product management and brand management for a number of different beauty companies, there was this inherent feeling that it was supporting your self-esteem, that perhaps you weren't feeling as good about yourself, or really feeling like you weren't as beautiful or as attractive as other people if you didn't have your makeup on, or if you didn't have your hair done, or if you didn't look a certain way. And also there was an aspect of fitting in. I feel like sometimes if you're wearing the latest styles, if you have the coolest brands, if you're wearing the right lipstick color, or the shade of the season, if you will, there was sort of a cliquish mentality towards that and beauty as well. And so there were some positive aspects of why I started in cosmetics, but then I only upon self-reflection in later years realized that I think that I had really it had sunk its teeth into me, because I myself had not found myself. I really did not have a good, strong sense of who I was or how I fit into the world. And so I think that I was looking externally for a lot of cues in order to try to define my role as a woman, as somebody that was, in the beauty industry. And so I think that for a lot of people had really felt like they almost relied on makeup, and they became a little bit obsessed with makeup and wouldn't walk out of the house without their makeup on, or their brows done, or, their hair done, because they were afraid of people seeing them for how they really looked. It's so nice nowadays to see how that has been changing, and people are not afraid anymore. And it happened over time, but boy, once it did, the cascade of true creators and people, and the idea of self-empowerment and the idea of makeup as play has become much more forthcoming. There's still a bit of work to do in terms of people's relationship with cosmetics and makeup and beauty in general, but it's nice to see that some walls are breaking down. And there is this greater sense of self-acceptance versus when I started in the industry back then.